actually demonstrated this?
I looked it up. I
What'd you
haven't
find?
seen anything.
Oh, well, but there is.
I've looked up all of this. Is there one study?
Andrew, what is the position?
No, there's there's actually a
I
lot.
looked it up. I didn't find anything.
I'll demonstrate it to you very simply, actually. So, can I ask you a question? Out of men and women, who do you think are the largest retail consumers?
Women.
And so, if you have a corporation, you're running advertisements for a product. If it was the case that men responded better to the advertisements than women, who would you tailor the ads for?
Men, but they're
Hang on,
doing
and,
that.
and who do they tailor? No, in fact, because it is the case that
Dudewives
women
and
are
all
so
that.
much it's so much easier to make women buy than it is to make men buy, because they're much easier to propagandize. By the way, there are tons and tons of studies about this. You can go to Rachel Wilson, my wife's Substack, and she cites a lot of this. I don't remember what the article was called, but I'm sure that she can DM O'Brien and we can get it over to you. But she's talked about especially the consumer idealism, and the fact that women are specifically targeted by corporations and things like this because it's so easy to sell them shit because of their emotional responses to advertisements.
Okay,
Like,
so
who was the arms of the angel with the little dogs for? You know, like when Sarah, is that her name? Sarah McLachlan? Yeah, McLachlan.
Well,
when she's like, in
McLachlan.
the arms of the
angel.
Is
That
that,
was
is that, hang on.
hilarious.
Is that for men? Or are they trying to make women open their fucking purse and send a bunch of money in? Because they're like, oh my God, this really gets my heart.
But aren't women more in charge of like buying things for the family and stuff like that? So
Now, here's the thing that's
it
interesting.
doesn't seem
That's
accurate.
a great argument, and it's one leftist women often make, but it falls short, and here's why. It is true that women generally will buy for the household, right? Groceries and things like that, but we can adjust for those things by looking at luxury goods and luxury items. And who do you think buys more of those?
The guys are buying it for
No,
sugar
it's not the guys.
for sugar babies.
No.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah.
No, hang on. I'm just going to ask you directly again. Who do you think's buying all these luxury items for the home?
Can we look up that? Because I think
Yes,
there's a
we
bunch
can
of
look that
dumb
up.
dudes doing that too.
Of course, men buy
Guys do
luxury.
it to try to impress the
I'm not
women.
telling you that
Yeah.
men don't buy luxury items. I'm asking you, which sex is buying the most of them?
I'd say women, but the dudes are paying for it.
No. What's going on, even if that was the case, so what? Even if that was the case that men paid for it because they wanted access to sex or something like this, the advertisements are still going to the more easily propagandized sex. That's women.
I don't think it's the more easily propaganda. It's really for middle class people who want to feel rich. Rich people don't buy that shit. I don't think it's really based off sex. It's like
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about even poor people who are
I'd
buying
like to see
luxury
a
items.
study. I mean, if the study
Yes, you
there,
can.
I
You
would
can go
change my
to
mind on
Rachel Wilson's propaganda, or not propaganda, her
That, please.
Substack on female propaganda.
I mean, I would love to read that, but politically, I would argue that y'all are kind of duped, the conservative side.
Conservatives overall?
Oh no,
Conservative.
dudes. I think dudes are more duped with the
I don't
last
even know.
vote.
I don't even
So
care.
wait, is it equal in terms of who's prone to propaganda? Is it equal between men and women? Is it men more prone, or is it women more prone?
I think it's same but different ways.
Really quick question on this. In terms of appealing to emotion, who's more prone to that, men or women?
Women.
Okay. And can propaganda be an effective way of appealing to emotion?
Of course. That's not the only
Okay.
distinction of
Well, earlier you were
propaganda.
mentioning-
Political propaganda, I'd say, I'm not saying, I'd say that
Well, when it comes to all
the
this
dudes
stuff,
got duped when it comes to Trump, is what I'm saying.
okay, well, we're right about to get into that, so I
Yeah,
guess.
she sent it over. Rachel did for Substack.
Okay,
And here's
I'll
the
see it.
excerpt. Women often show stronger positive responses, higher trust, better attitudes towards the ad brand, and greater behavioral.
Welcome to Sunday. That's right. Are you and your dog looking for a new build home? Start your search on Homes.com, a comprehensive marketplace for newly built homes and communities. All new homes, all in one place.
But like, where did that? We buy shit or whatever, but y'all got Trump elected and fell for a lot of lies.
So no
I
women
think
voted for Trump?
they did.
What
Like
lies? What lies did they fall for?
the America First shit, no more wars, the economy.
Where's the wars?
The Epstein files.
Where's the wars?
Well, bombing Iran
So
and
is that a
stealing.
war?
I think when they say America First, they mean literally.
That's not my question. Is that a war?
Not technically, but they're getting ready
So
for a
there's no
war.
new wars.
Lots of bombings,
Is there
lots
any-
of money.
yeah, is there
The
any
whole
new
point of
wars?
America,
Is there any new wars?
technically no.
Okay.
The money spent, the
Technically
bombing,
no.
all of that is what America
button?
First is. No one wanted that. No one asked for that.
Go.
But Trump said
What
he
you up
wasn't
to?
going to engage America in new wars, and then went and made sure that to not engage America in new wars.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Okay, which new war?
I didn't say that. No, I'm saying him. The people saying, "Oh, I have to fight someone to prevent fighting someone." That's propaganda they've been using forever. For
Okay, but what does that
Yeah.
have to do with no new wars?
literally not getting involved and shit that we don't
There's
belong in.
no new wars under Trump. There's none. That's just
Could
a
we
that's
do-
just a typical
Literally,
hard
they said
talking point.
America First means don't get involved in foreign shit that we have nothing to do
And
with.
Trump has mostly focused on domestic policy, especially
Like
illegal
what?
immigration. Like
Other
illegal
than immigration, what
You mean
has he
one of the
done?
major campaign promises that he did?
Yeah, and then he's
I know, he's
doing
what a
it.
terrible fucking guy. No new wars, and he focused on illegal
Did
immigration
he
like
tell
you
everyone
said.
ahead of time that they were going to wear masks with no identification, shoot people in the face? No.
What?
What you mean
And-
with,
and-
hang on. With when it comes to ICE, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his base is not upset by ICE.
Can you look that up?
What you gonna have for dinner? I like your dog, by the way.
We're talking about his base. How does MAGA
What, the
respond?
37% that still like him?
Yeah, his base. His base responds very favorably to what's going on with ICE.
Okay, so like a third of the population.
And by the way, here's the thing. The susceptibility of propaganda is a fun one. You'll find the divide is once again mostly along sex lines. I'm so stunned. I'm so shocked that women get very emotional by the fact that you're going to have to, if you're actually enforcing the immigration policy of your country, separate families, like Joe Biden did.
That's okay.
Like Joe Biden did. And where
okay.
the fuck were they? You're gonna have to
Listen,
utilize your federal assets in order to remove
Let's
illegal immigrants,
turn
just like
to God.
Biden did. The only difference is these fuckers weren't out there when Biden was doing
he
that.
wasn't
When
masked.
Biden was doing
He wasn't
that.
allowing masked people. Can I
Yes, they
explain?
were allowing masked.
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, whoops. Heaven yeah, bro.
To cover their identity and won't
Like
respond
face
with a
masks
badge.
for COVID.
But when asked to identify yourself, like cops
Uh-huh.
are supposed to do, law enforcement, they won't. They're coming out of vans in masks,
That's because
chasing people
leftists-
down the
that's
street,
because
going
leftists-
into houses
yeah.
without judicial warrants.
Okay, first of all, that's because leftists will dox their entire family and begin harassment campaigns against their fucking families.
That doesn't put them above the law, does it?
First of all, they're not. Nobody's saying they're above the law. But guess what?
That is above
They
the law.
don't-
That's against the law.
No, it's not against the law. Show me the law.
They're the only.
I just had this debate with Brian Shapiro. Guess what we found out?
They
No.
have to identify themselves,
No.
which they don't.
No.
Literally, so yeah.
Federal officers only in some circumstances have to do that. That's one.
Can you look
The
that up?
second that you need to look at is the protocols for their safety, right? Safety is what matters here. If it's the
For the
case
people of
that
their
a
eyes.
bunch of leftists are going to dox your entire family, put it on private websites and then public websites, which they were doing, and funding it from leftist organizations, and then they would harass the shit out of these guys' families, yeah, I'd hide my fucking identity too.
Well,
I do
there's
have- You
also.
want me to look something
Yeah,
up?
yeah, but there's also
Hold on.
the.
Well,
Can I
let me,
respond real fast?
you asked me to look it up. Let me just give it really
But there's also the safety of the people matter.
Okay, there is no federal law requiring agents to not wear masks. California did quite a bit later, or I guess recently, they passed a No Secret Police Act to ban federal agents from wearing masks
Under Newscomb.
that conceal their identity while on duty. But that's just California, and that's very recent.
I know that. I said identifying
But you said it's
themselves. I
Yeah,
said
I
not
think
to identify themselves when asked.
I can look that up
That's
too.
what I was talking about.
They're
Can I take a pee
they're
break?
in
I'm sorry.
uniform.
Anyone can have a fake uniform. There's
Yeah,
literally
they're
been people
rolling up-
arrested.
People are rolling up
There
in
was
tanks
people-
with fake uniforms.
Someone got arrested for impersonating a cop.
And people
Yeah,
get
an
arrested
ICE
for
cop.
impersonating cops, yes.
So yeah, I think it's important to have more than just a mask and an ice.
So
thing.
they need to wear no mask and get doxxed by leftists and have their families harassed if they're enforcing the laws of the United States. Brilliant plan.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're causing violent
Typical
situations are
Democrat
happening.
No,
Wait, you're
no,
saying it's
fucking
though.
retard.
no,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
just
that's
have
not
to-
what's
you
going
have to-
on. The leftists are the ones causing the violent situation. They're the ones surrounding federal buildings and committing violent acts and doing everything they can to agitate federal officers. That's what leftists are doing. Tell me this, why is it that local police officers inside of these various leftist states won't deploy the local police departments to these federal buildings in order to maintain peace and security? It's because the fucking governors of these states and the local mayors of these states give them stand down orders so that the feds have to deal with them, knowing the feds aren't trained to do that. And so what they're doing is they're sparking incidences on purpose, and that's fucking leftist.
No, I mean, but ICE is like cops are supposed to like if someone's irritated, what do they call it? The sorry, my dyslexia brain. They're supposed to, instead of causing more anger, they're supposed to
De-escalate?
De-escalate. Yeah, they're supposed to de-escalate.
Then have the trained local police do their fucking job. Stop
Or
telling them
train
to stand
ICE
down.
better. Like the people
ICE
that
is
got.
not designed to do riot control.
It's not about riots.
Yes, it
The
is.
people who got killed weren't involved in riots. They
Bullshit.
went up to them,
Bullshit.
maced them in the face, got on top
Both
of
of
them,
those
cracked
shootings,
grabbed
both of
their
those
wrists.
shootings was confrontations at
Where was the
protests where these
riot?
people were going
If
out.
you go up to someone who's
That's
just standing there,
Bullshit.
but they went up to
First
him.
of all, Renee was blocking off the fucking road. She was told to move. She refused. She hit an ICE agent. She got
was
shot.
moving.
Yeah,
She
she
got
moved her
shot for
car
moving.
into a fucking
She
ICE
got
agent.
shot
no.
for moving.
No. Well, hold on. You're forgetting the part where
Yeah, it's
they
fucking
initially they wanted her to get out of the road, but then she was blocking the road, and then there was there were a couple different agents.
She
He was
was
approaching
moving.
her, and he said to exit the vehicle. He was giving her a lawful order to exit the vehicle. Once you're being detained by law enforcement, you don't get to leave anymore. She was being detained.
But you also don't get to shoot them in the face. The more,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
yeah.
Alex
If they
Petty
shoot a
though,
party,
they
too.
came up to him. He was just standing there.
No, the opposite. He went towards the officers after they had moved a woman back. He moved towards the officers.
All he did was shield her from mace. He didn't go up to them to fight.
Guess what? You're not allowed to interfere.
Isn't it like
You're not allowed to
somebody
interfere
getting
with
maced in the
federal. You're
face?
not allowed to interfere with cops in the middle
Oh,
of doing their
that's
job.
not a death sentence.
Well, here's the thing. Don't resist then, and you won't get killed.
He got maced in the face. 6 people
That's good.
attacked him.
Going pretty good.
So
While,
don't get involved.
while they were like breaking ribs and punching him in the face
You know
with
what
a
would have
pistol.
stopped all of
You know what
that?
stopped?
Interesting debate going on. How's everyone else's night going?
Just let the ICE go get the illegals and throw them out like they're supposed to.
I gotta pee really bad.
But no, we can't do that because that's mean.
I just think they should get better training, and there should be consequences.
But my question is,
Better
before these 2 incidences, the 2 killings occurred, I guess the genesis of what was happening there is that these ICE officers were conducting lawful investigations. They were doing, like, there was no, the baseline, they were protesting their baseline law enforcement activity, which was apprehending illegal immigrants, right? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like Renee Good and, well, I guess Alex Peretti, that happened after Renee Good, so you could argue he was in the streets because he was upset about Renee Good. In any case, you acknowledge that prior to Renee Good, she was upset with their lawful conduct, which was apprehending illegal immigrants. So why was she
Well, I think that's
interfering?
Guess I'm a storm
Yeah, but
chaser.
why was
now,
she
so-
interfering with lawful law enforcement operations?
Chasing hurricanes or avalanches or chasing dabs?
The mask,
Squats. I did a few. I should do more, huh? Let's do some squats and some push-ups for good measure.
God, this is crazy. I grew up in California. Home Depots got raided constantly by ICE. When I was a kid, they were getting raided by ICE. Here's how it used to work. You go pull up in front of a
Were
Home
they wearing
Depot.
masks?
You pull, yeah, and you pull up in front of a Home Depot and
There's
you
no
go,
law against
yeah,
it.
you go
No, but,
3.
like,
SWAT teams wear masks too. They would go
Tornadoes.
3. And 3 Mexicans would jump in the back, you take them, they do your day labor, and you drop it back off in front of the Home Depot by 5. That's how people used to do things.
Those motherfuckers are scary.
All about that. They would go do raids on Home Depots.
You really joined a team? That's crazy, man.
Massive task force.
Be safe out there, man. Damn. Probably get some cool footage, though. Once in a lifetime experience.
Murders for like a week because they arrested all the employees. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. They only give a fuck now because it's Trump and that means it's fascism.
I think the whole masks and not providing information proof that they actually are who they like. People are like it's.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Would there be a need for these ICE agents to wear masks if there wasn't a foundational objection from the left to the baseline enforcement objectives that they're trying to see out? So that's just apprehending illegal immigrants. The issue is that the left has an issue with the foundational operational procedures of ICE, which is lawful and legitimate and valid immigration enforcement. So it's just an escalation. So it's like, okay,
Shipt same-day delivery is there for you when your leggings have seen better days. Get a fresh new pair hand-delivered to your door by a shopper who gets you. Oh, love this color. Try it today at shipt.com.
you're essentially bullying of what
That's what's up, man.
No.
Yes.
Can I explain
Okay,
that?
do you think if quick question
They
for you.
started
Wait,
off
wait,
in
question
masks.
for you.
They didn't start wearing
No, no,
masks.
Question for you: if everybody in the country was like 100% okay with the immigration efforts being undertaken by law enforcement, would there be a need for ICE to wear masks?
No, but like
But why do they
doc-
wear masks?
because people don't agree. But doxing wouldn't mean
not just
everything.
not just that they don't agree. What are the actions that these
They're
agitators
they're
are
doxing,
taking?
but doxing doesn't mean anything if you're being illegal. Like if you're being fully transparent and letting people know actually what's going on instead of hiding yourself.
There's videos of them saying, "Hey, we're about to apprehend a child rapist," and there's literally the activists are like, "I don't care." There's videos of this.
Well-
They say, "I don't care. We don't care. Even if you're apprehending people who are like child predators, they're like, we don't care. We just don't like that you're part of immigration enforcement."
Oh yeah, they're dumb. They need to let them do their jobs.
They ran.
But they need to let them do their
If they
jobs.
let them do their jobs,
Do it without a mask. They need
there
to be
wouldn't be a
accountable.
need for them to wear their masks
If they
if
weren't
people
doxing
allowed
them.
them to
They
do their job.
Do you realize that they were creating apps?
Obama, like he deported way more people at
Because
a
it
faster
wasn't
rate.
political. This is political.
They didn't wear masks.
It wasn't political. There was no resistance to it.
The ICE officers didn't act the way that they are now.
Yes, they did. What was the difference? What were they doing different? They were going to Home
Wearing
Depot.
masks,
The very-
macing baby.
They're wearing masks and amazing babies.
I don't
Kick
think
this
ICE
off.
did that
What
before.
a fucking idiot. What an actual fucking retard.
Ever since like 2020, the BLM George Floyd riots, there's the body cams, which
That's great.
Let her be, Brian.
Yeah,
Go be.
yeah. All right, go
Yeah.
Pete.
I mean,
We some super
they should
chats,
have
but-
the I think all out.
But I think there's more
There
scrutiny.
just needs to be more transparency. So
There is transparency. Okay. All right, we have some super chats here. We have Latumio, Brian is scary, Andrew's awesome. Hey,
Do you guys drive around in a cool, like, fucking type of vehicle or whatever?
but in all other areas, he's mostly kept his word. Thank you, Matt Jacob, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys, for the messages there. $200 will be TTS. I guess we'll do $100 reads, and then $10 and up if you want your message displayed. All right. Well, while we are waiting on that, yeah, Erudite tomorrow, guys. If you're watching the stream, we have Andrew doing a 1v1 debate with Not So Erudite,
Which I prefer, by the way.
Yeah, this was kind of a unique one today, and most of the debates are 1v1s.
Actually, this is the first one I've ever seen.
No, not like that. We just mainly just chased down the turn as recording. You already said that.
Not 1v1.
We did it.
Already read that.
That's 2v2
with the guys. Yeah, 2v2.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, you did do most of the talking for that one. So it's basically a 1v2.
You did? No.
I talked a
when they
little
got to
bit.
the criticisms for whatever, you tangled
I
with
did
them
a
pretty
little
hard.
bit, but I mean,
Those
you
two
know.
degenerate feminists.
That guy still talks shit, by the way. Fuck, what was his name? The pillow talk guy or whatever.
Well, yeah, he got wrecked. They talk shit
Yeah.
after they get wrecked. That's
Yeah.
how it works.
Didn't that guy say something like he was basically trying to do a justification of how it's okay to be immoral? I'm trying to remember what he said. It was really bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah, those guys were something else.
Terrible. Wrong way. I know, it's hard to follow instructions that have been repeated 20 times. But
Dude, I have no sleep, ADHD,
I-
dyslexia.
Didn't you arrive yesterday or 2 days ago or
I
something?
have insomnia. It's not easy to.
Maybe they'll give y'all some funding if they like your work.
All right.
Just
What
be
do you-
transparent.
What are the-
That's
okay.
it. They should be more transparent.
All right, here. There's a super chat for you. Can men be women?
No.
No.
Like, is a transgender woman? Is that a male or female?
It's a male.
Okay.
Do you consider them women?
Are transgender?
No.
Are trans?
I don't, but I think they should be able to live their lives however they feel like it.
But like, not. What about sports? Not.
I don't think they should be
Okay,
involved
all
in
right, we're not gonna
sports.
linger there. Here, moving on then. You wrote, you are all about cult. I guess me and Andrew, you are all about culture wars which spread hate and divide our country. You used your show to promote Trump because you're dumb enough to be brainwashed by a con man. Now you're
Yes.
going to have to come to terms with not only helping get a predator criminal, con man, grifter elected, but also with the fact that you will forever look like a dumbass for falling for his bullshit. So you wrote that.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
Because, yeah,
What do you mean predator?
Yeah, I was going to ask, what do you mean predator criminal?
I mean, yeah, all things point to that. I mean,
Nothing points to that.
should we bring up all of the things?
Sure.
I mean, just the fact that he said he'd drain the swamp and bring.
That has nothing to do with being a predatory
He
criminal.
was barred from even having a charity in New York because of a fake charity,
Well,
a
first,
fake
what do you mean
university.
by predatory criminal? What does that mean,
He's
predatory?
predatory. Like he went into the dressing rooms of
Oh my god.
Miss Universe,
Yeah,
where there
yeah,
are
the
minors
dressing
and
rooms, you know,
with
yeah,
Miss
yeah.
USA.
whatever.
No, there's no minors there. That's an adult beauty
It's
pageant.
It starts at 16, but also it doesn't matter if it's the teenagers dressing and basically bragged about getting a pass because he owns it, that he can go and see all these beautiful women changing and stuff, and he gets a pass.
Yeah, he's running a beauty pageant for beauty and gets to see beautiful. That's crazy to me.
Why? That's just. Why would you? Watching women change is
Oh,
not
my Lord.
predatory to you without their consent. What? And like him,
Without their consent.
it's without their consent.
And how many of these beauty queens have come forward and said that Donald Trump was in there spying on them without their consent?
There's a lot of stories from people that said that they stopped going to the pageants because of the.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
I
that.
don't know the
You don't know.
names of
Yeah,
them.
you don't know.
I've seen several interviews of how they were treated in the pageant.
Oh man, it's fucking
with Jeffrey.
it's popcorn to me. I'm eating this shit up.
It was a different time. Yeah, there was a lot of, yeah, and
I love mocking these retards.
creepy shit going on, and several, like 26 different women came forward, saying that they,
All frauds.
oh my god, see that's where, see this is where the Epstein class comes in, is,
I don't know how these people just like repeat these fucking retarded talking points. It's like, oh my god, they're fucking. They've lost their minds. Alright, yep. No worries. I'm about to take another dab.
the 13-year-old that,
You mean the one that's not credible?
who proved that she wasn't credible?
Oh,
The
she
same
did
invest-
when she retracted her
No,
claim.
it shows there's an interview that shows her lawyer saying the reason she retracted is because she's getting threats and
Oh yeah, what's she supposed to say? She retracted because she's a fucking liar.
But,
Lawyers
but
don't
there's
do that.
also proof of all of the Epstein survivors
What?
that still now
What's the proof?
getting threatened.
What's the proof that Trump, in any way, shape, or form, was involved with a cover-up of a pedophilic organization? Because that's where you're going, right?
Because his actions are
What?
proof, and
What?
he's in, like, there's still just a small portion of
What's the proof?
redacting stuff that should
That's
not be
done
redacted.
mostly 90% of the redactions plus. You can go to Michael Tracy's Twitter to track this. Most of the redactions in the Epstein files are because victims demand them. And
That's
because
not what
there's-
the vic-
and
the
because
victims
there's
are
porn.
saying.
Which ones?
For what?
Which
I
ones are
wasn't
even victims? Virginia Giuffre was not a victim.
Yeah, I don't know.
She claimed she was a victim, but she's a chronic
Okay.
liar. She's a fucking chronic liar. And
The
that's
whole Republican
documented.
Party is like trying. Yeah, he's legit. He said there was no. I did say accomplices. Not accomplices. What's the word that they're using? Oh, he said that no one else was involved in sex trafficking, and there's proof.
We don't
that-
have any evidence of any sex trafficking.
Yes, there is.
Okay, tell me who was sex trafficked.
Their names are redacted.
So your evidence is you don't have
No.
evidence.
The evidence is that Pam Bondi and what's his name?
Cash Patel.
Cash, they under oath said that there was not any accomplices or a list of any kind, and
Uh-huh.
Thomas
So-
Massey
Uh-huh.
says differently. He's seen the files. He said
Oh.
he's willing to say the names.
The same Thomas
himself.
Massey who, along with Ro Khanna, decided that they were going to unredact the names of 4 innocent people, and those innocent people got
Since they're
completely fucking
innocent.
inundated, according to their lawyers, with death threats and everything else, because they were assuming that they were part of a massive pedophilic cult that doesn't exist.
Yeah. The law that they put saying that no people except that were victims, like the women, children,
What
are allowed
victims?
to be.
What victims?
Don't have to memorize.
Because listen, I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's what we have for evidence. You have zero evidence.
Yeah, because
Hang
Trump's
on.
covering it up.
Covering how? How is he covering it up? There's
Breaking
redactions.
the law of the Epstein
was in-
Transparency Act.
Here's what Trump's in the files doing. Trump is in the files assisting law enforcement against Ghislaine Maxwell. That's all that he's in the files doing wrong. Period. It's
in
assisting law
2000, in
enforcement.
2006 or 7, whenever he made a statement saying, "Oh, I'm glad, you know, that you're doing this investigation, blah 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 blah," but and said he cut off.
We're a bicycle company, but we try to utilize technology in any way we can to keep us competitive. Gemini and Google Sheets helps us query our data.
Let's start with this. Who are you accusing Donald Trump of? Are you accusing him of being a PDF?
I say that there's either he's a pedo protector,
Uh-huh.
which is I would say
Uh-huh.
99% likely.
Now give me your evidence. Your best piece of evidence. What is it?
His actions, since all of the actions,
So what's your best piece of
saying
evidence?
that it was a Democratic hoax.
First of all, the Democratic hoax is that they're calling this guy, and he knew it, by the way. He knew that the second the files were released, because of all the redactions, Democrats are going to run and say that he's part of a pedophilic ring, even though we have no evidence of that at all.
We don't have the evidence because they won't give it to us.
So wait a second. So you don't know.
I think
so
that
what you're
protecting
saying,
pedophiles, hanging out with pedophiles,
Yeah.
add all of
So an
the women that
unfalsifiable
have
position.
came forward.
which ones? Which ones do you find
26.
credible? Which ones?
I find them all credible until we see the
them all
fight,
credible.
until we actually see what and how the investigation actually name them uncredible, because it's the same people,
They did name him incredible.
the same people who gave Epstein the sweetheart deal.
No,
Are those the
no,
ones?
this is FBI investigators who are investigating this. First
The
of all,
FBI that lied on the stand
about
about there being no co-conspirators.
who were the co-conspirators?
Massey says there's at least 6 of them that he's uncovered so far.
Okay,
and he's
but-
going to name them. It has to be in the set
The sweetheart deal? Don't you remember the sweetheart deal?
because they won't give them to us. But
Right.
I've listened
So
to Thomas
unfalsifiable
Massey and all the
position, yeah.
other people that have read the files are saying that.
Here's the thing.
And
This
you
is-
take MT
You
Martin Taylor
I know for
Greene
sure
now.
that you're a PDF. I can't prove it though because law enforcement won't give me the evidence I need to show you that you're a
In his
PDF.
own words,
Mm-hmm.
through several interviews throughout the years, all of the women that came forward, the girl that said she was threatened,
Which one of those girls do you find the most credible?
Bro, anyone who says sweetheart deal, I'll instantly think you're a fucking complete retard. But I already thought that, like, way before that.
I mean, I'd say all of them
No,
because
which one specifically? Give me one name of any of those girls that you found credible.
I don't know their names.
You don't know anything
Katie
about it.
Johnson.
You don't know
there's-
nothing about
There's
it.
Kate. What? Do you have every name memorized?
You don't,
Let's
I
read
don't
them.
need to. I'm not making the claim.
I'm following the actual evidence that
Okay, what
he's,
evidence?
he's covering up for his friends.
Show
at
me
least.
the evidence. Where is it? Where can I look at it?
The lies.
What lies?
Not that there even is co-conspirators. That there is that. Yeah.
So your
Him
evidence
saying that
is no evidence.
said he never went on the plane. He said he lost. He stopped. He banned Epstein
He
from.
did ban Epstein from his properties. Not only that, he worked with law enforcement.
He didn't
on
work with
Elaine
them. He made a
Maxwell.
statement.
And-
He made a statement,
and-
which is someone who's
and here's
covering
the thing.
up would
Why
do
didn't
exactly that.
Yeah, why didn't Biden release the Epstein
Yes,
files?
he's directly involved with that. No, he's not a pedo. I don't. There's no proof of that yet.
There's no proof that Trump is. You just made it up.
I didn't make it up. There's,
You made it
there's
up.
Women who have come forward who said he did the same.
Who are and which ones did you find the most credible?
The girl that retracted her statement.
You found her.
Because she was
And why
threatened.
did you find her credible? The one who
Because she-
retracted her sworn statement.
Because she was a minor and it directly involved Epstein as
She,
well.
hang on. Did she make the claims when she was a minor? Did she make the claims when she was an adult, when people were getting millions of dollars in cash settlements when they said that they were a victim of Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh, actually, new evidence have came out that have directly correlated her suing the Epstein estate around the time the claims were made and it being settled. I don't know if you've read that.
Again,
So yeah, if she sued the Epstein estate and won
uh-huh,
during that time period, then
nothing.
It,
There was all kinds of
if there
stuff.
was no proof of that,
There
then
was
why would
all
they have settled?
kinds of settlements which came out of the Epstein saga, but here's what did not come out of the Epstein saga, at least thus far. There is not a single shred of evidence that Donald Trump participated in any sort of sexual activity with any minors at all, nor that he was part of some PDF ring, nor that there even was a PDF ring. And you know what
Yeah,
evidence
there is
you
a lot
have
of
for this?
evidence.
Here's the evidence you have for
The
this. I
emails.
don't have evidence.
There's a lot of the
Okay, which
emails
thing in
that
the
point to
emails?
that.
Which things?
Sure, can we look it up? Do you think I have it all
Go ahead.
memorized?
I actually want you to. We can go through them one at a time. You could show me the best evidence you have that Donald Trump's a PDF.
I didn't say there's direct evidence of it.
So no evidence.
He's at the.
So he's a PDF, but you have no evidence he's a PDF.
Okay. First of all, it's very hard to prove if someone raped you or not. If you compare it to murder cases, where there's what they call it, the what's the type of evidence? Sorry, my brain's circumstantial evidence. You can be convicted of murder without any actual DNA, without
That's nice. What's the most credible piece of evidence you have Donald Trump's a PDF?
the women's statements that are connected
which
to
one
it.
did
Him being liable
Can we
of
go?
rape
Can
through
you tell me?
him being liable, his own words of how he talks to women, him being held liable of rape, the way he
No.
specifically liable of SA, yes he was, by our courts.
You know what? I'll just grant you that Donald Trump.
Yeah, and if only we didn't have these fucking corrupt courts, you know what I mean? Because these corrupt courts fuel retards like this. They're like, he was held liable, bitch. Oh my god. They can't let these court cases, you know. That's a big court case. They can't like just like fucking, you know what I mean? That should be overturned.
That he would.
Activist judges, yeah. So those activist judges just fuel retards like this.
He has
They
brought the
call it-
Epstein files out.
After being forced by there's enough votes to where even
Yeah,
if he
so
didn't.
Dan Bongino becomes the assistant deputy director of the FBI. He comes out, right? He's done now. He's back on his podcast. He says, you know why there's all these redactions? The victims want it. There's porn in it, right? And lawyers are suing for it. So what are you talking about?
Well, lawyers suing doesn't make it against the law.
Yeah, they can tie up redactions forever because they're
And
victims.
if they're supposed to, of course, edit out the people that are the victim, like the
Right.
female.
And also,
Not only that, I think we need to get rid of the fucking the jury system. I feel like the jury of your peers thing is just like fucking not even a thing anymore because people are so fucking biased and like propagandized and shit.
source of
Children.
information which can point
They
to
didn't-
what their identity is, which would be a massive
People just follow fucking narratives and shit.
redaction.
No, that's why you
Look, I would
redact
love
your
it.
face.
I would
Redact
love
your
it
face.
if you redacted, if they had unredacted files and could release them. I would love that. I would adore
There's
it.
proof that they're redacting people that.
I mean, our court system, I guess, used to be. I don't know. I feel like we need something's. Our court system seems fucked up in so many ways, in so many states.
Were guys that have nothing to do with the
I'll tell you what.
survivors.
Let's try this instead of the conspiratard shit. Let me just ask you this.
Not conspiracy.
Okay, name one of these people who you think is currently in government, who's a PDF because of the Epstein files that you've read.
I think they're pedo protectors.
Name one. No, that's not what I asked you. Name one who's a PDF. Which PDFs are they
I didn't say
protecting?
that there is any.
Which PDFs are they protecting?
The Epstein class,
Who are they?
they're donors.
What are their names? Nothing.
Should I bring up the list?
Go
I
ahead.
don't have their.
And then show me your most compelling piece of evidence that they're a PDF. Go ahead.
They're donors on the list,
You're
though.
living in the midst of a left-wing disinformation campaign,
Literally,
which
the
is
rights.
claiming-
What about
it's amazing to me.
MTG?
But there's donors on the list.
Oh,
So stupid.
MTG, who left disaffected from Donald Trump. She was all sorts of pissed off because she
left
wasn't a golden girl.
because she left because she realized it was all a lie,
Fucking
and that
Coke.
he's covering
It's
for
MTG Coke.
pedos.
And not only that, let's point this out.
funny.
It's really funny to me that suddenly, the left is so concerned about supposed baby eating and baby killing. It's like they do that every day. That's what the left does. They kill untold swaths of children. And suddenly, Trump's at the head of a baby killing, baby molesting,
I think
fucking
that
empire.
people are more aware of. I mean, I don't know about that conspiracy, but I think people are more aware that both sides have been propagandized and we've all been
Propaganda.
lied to, or both sides can agree.
Propaganda.
And for me, the strongest piece of evidence that you have that Donald J. Trump ever did anything like this with children.
I
Anything.
didn't.
It's just said propaganda.
You're leaning
The
towards it being a
circumstances
PDF.
point to that.
No, they don't.
If a sheep,
None of the
If a sheep-
circumstances point to that.
if a dude surrounds himself by sheep fuckers,
Okay, so if he's surrounded by PDFs, name those people.
well, he was friends with Diddy, he was friends with Epstein.
You mean Diddy? I'm sorry, was Diddy
Yeah.
charged with being a PDF? Convicted of being a PDF?
They're probably mad they got called out.
People came forward about it.
And then he went to trial. And then what happened? What happened at Diddy's trial? What did he get charged? What did he get convicted of?
Sending sex workers like across state lines. and stuff
So
like
nothing
that.
to do with children.
Well, all I have to say is if
So
if you
name
surround
one
yourself
of these
with people,
PDFs. Name one. Name one he's surrounding himself with. Who? You gotta Google it.
Jeffrey Epstein, you told me to find them.
Jeffrey Epstein was not convicted of being a PDF. What are you talking about? Neither was Ghislaine Maxwell. They were convicted of trafficking prostitutes.
A prostitute, a minor, is not a prostitute.
A minor's also not a prepubescent child. And yes, it's true that Jeffrey Epstein should have been convicted for doing the trafficking to himself of people who were being recruited at a local high school to have sex with him. Totally agree with that. But this idea that
The
there's this
emails show
massive...
that their emails show that.
The emails don't show that.
Yeah, they do.
Then show me them. Show me the best piece of evidence you have that Donald J. Trump is part of a PDF protection ring and who the PDFs in this ring are. Who are they? Nothing.
I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, you
Every
gotta
time
look
I
it
do,
up.
you keep saying more shit.
You got to look it up because you don't have the facts on your side.
What do you mean? The facts on my side
The facts on your
show
side
that he's
is
hiding shit.
it's just pure incredulity. You have no
Oh, so
evidence.
stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid because you
All
have
of
no evidence at all.
Because they're covering it.
Oh, because
Tiger Woods built his career on focus and resilience. It's the same in business. Insperity helped.
The unredacted files say that there's at least 6 people so far that were involved.
so therefore it's true.
There needs to be an investigation.
Oh, okay. You can investigate it. Go investigate it. Even though that's what all of the files are, is
It's a nice-
investigations. That's what all of them are. Then do you think they're going to unredact the victims' names? Do you think they're
You
going
don't
to
have to
unredact most
unredact
of
the
these
victim's
things?
name. I think that things didn't get investigated properly because
How do you
they're
know? You don't even know
being
the
paid off.
details of any of the
Because-
investigations. You don't even know the details of the
In
investigations.
the email, it showed originally that there was 10 co-conspirators, and it said where they're living, and that they were doing subpoenas and all of this crap.
Okay, let's back up. Okay, what was Epstein actually charged with? Do you even know?
Like sex trafficking of some
Do you know?
sorts?
Do you know any of the specifics of the case?
No.
What
I
about
know
Ghislaine,
of the case. I don't know
Ghislaine
the exact-
Maxwell? Do you know any of the specifics of the case?
She mostly trafficked the girls to Epstein, but a few times I think she actually did touch the girls.
Okay, what are do you know the details of her case?
Like what the
cartoon, I found this
or-
No, anything. Just give me any of the details of these. Do you know? Do you even know where this occurred? Like where the Epstein stuff occurred?
I mean, some are in the island, some are in New York, some are in his
No.
office.
It's all in Florida, basically.
I
Yeah.
wasn't done speaking, but it's literally all over the place. It wasn't just a
Oh, really?
island.
So what was he charged with?
I don't know the
You don't know.
name of the
You
exact
don't know.
charge.
You don't know anything about any of these
It's so
cases.
stupid.
You don't know anything about what's going on in the files. You don't know anything about any of these
Yes,
cases.
Yeah, I know, right? They only they only do that at the official like White House press conferences, but yeah, the news is always against them. So yeah.
I do.
Okay, well then, give me your most compelling piece of evidence.
Every time I keep trying to look up,
You have to Google the evidence that you
I
know
don't
so
have
well.
every freaking name of the people they've
You don't have any names.
Bill Clinton was there. There's no proof that he did anything. I don't know the names. Let me look up the name. I don't have it memorized. doesn't make it untrue that I don't have these douchebags' names memorized.
No, I'm not even asking you for that. I asked you for the details of the cases, what your most compelling evidence is, anything you can reference. You got nothing. What you have is, I was on
if
X.
you've read all of the emails, it shows exactly what's happening.
I was on X.
I don't use X.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you asked. You want to know what
I don't use
happened?
X.
What happened is a woman named Virginia Giuffre.
I know her.
Okay, do you know that she's a chronic serial liar and that her story has more holes in it than Swiss cheese? She claims that she was trafficked by her dad, completely completely unverified. Claims that she was
Unverified is
raped.
not a lie.
Claims that she was raped by 2 men, falsely accused them of it.
How do you know it's false?
Because the police investigated it, determined it was consensual. She's made rape allegations multiple times. She's had to retract. Okay, she claimed that Epstein's lawyer raped her and then had to retract that too. She had to retract that Dershowitz did this to her. And then she said later, well, the thing is like I was just confused because I was just raped by so many. She claimed she was with him for 4 years. She wasn't with him for 4 years. That would have been completely impossible, right? You don't know anything about this. You should just, it's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. Oh, it's embarrassing for you.
I don't find it embarrassing.
That you don't know
What I
anything
find
about
embarrassing is you're sticking up for administration who's obviously lying to us
Just
and
using
not following
evidence.
they're not following the law that they were instructed to do, are they? They lied about there being co-conspirator.
What laws are they? What laws?
The Epstein Transparency Act
Mhm.
says it doesn't matter if it embarrasses them or that they can only redact the actual victims' names.
Uh-huh.
And they're going against that, and they're also not they're not, and they have to redact like the photo of someone actually.
They're going to keep on doing these dumps. They're going to keep
Are
on.
they?
Yes,
said
they
that
will.
they said that they were done, and this is
Oh
the end
no,
of it.
there's going to be more.
Well, they
and by the
said
way,
that was it.
let me
That's
point.
all.
Let me point this out to you too. Right? You don't even know what's in them. All you've seen is what the dummies are
What do you
posting
mean?
on
I
X.
don't use X. First of all, I've read a lot of these emails.
Okay, which
There's
ones
like
did you
torture.
find?
There's like a torture thing where they talk about like a 9-year-old.
Just wanted to try it out. Maybe catch a new algorithm.
There's what?
You don't know.
What do you mean?
Just nothing. No, you know that's the thing is like
I don't have it all
people-
memorized. I read it. I
people
didn't read the
speak
entire.
so
I
people
didn't
speak
read the
so much on
entire.
things that they just clearly don't know shit about. Like you don't know anything about the Epstein
What do
case.
you
Nothing.
What do you mean? I literally get updates on all the files all the time and read through what the updates are
And
and
how
what
come
they
you don't know?
found.
You're not familiar with any of the content of it.
My brain doesn't memorize things easily. That's
Then why do you read if you can't maintain
I
any
don't
of it?
read. I watch the videos and then I read what they found and fact check it because my brain
What's the point if you
processes.
can't remember it?
My brain processes stuff through videos because
That's what. Look, not everybody is gonna read something and then memorize it. Sure, you can use video, but what's the point of doing that if you can't remember the details of any of the
I
things that
don't
you
know
just
their
watched?
I don't have their names memorized.
I'm not even asking for names, details of the case. What are they charged with? What are the details around the one who spawned all of this, which is Virginia Giuffre? What? You don't know any of it. And it's like, what a waste of time. Anyway, I'm gonna go have a smoke.
Literally.
Uh,
I mean, I'm supposed to have all of these memorized when there's like
Yeah.
millions upon millions of documents that I'm reading every day. I'm supposed to like.
I don't know. That conversation is not my. I don't know anything. I don't really know much about it. I can't really speak on it. I think Andrew was just looking for, like, what's the evidence? That he was looking for the evidence.
The evidence, I never said that, the evidence that he's covering shit up, I think is
'cause
there.
I think Andrew's frustration might have just been, at least he was looking for evidence, like what is Trump's involvement in all that? And again, I'm not an expert in this, so I don't know the details.
He's involved in covering it up at the very least.
But so what's the evidence for that?
Him calling it a Democrat hoax and saying that he doesn't want you to even follow him anymore if you, and every time the Epstein files are brought up, he like wants people to shut up about it. He lied about what was in the files, and many times he lied about his relationship with Epstein, because there's not proof out that their communication and stuff did not end when he said it did. He lied about being on the plane, all kind. I think
I don't know the
that's.
details of it.
I mean, and then
But, like,
his own staff
logically-
lied about.
But hold on, really
His
quick.
staff lied on the stand.
Logically, can somebody lie about something, but they not be guilty of like a different, unrelated crime?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I
So-
said. That's why I
so
said
you
at
think
minimum
Trump- but I
he's
guess what I'm trying to
covering
say
it up.
is, if Trump has lied, is that evidence of like something else sinister? Or also, by the way, sometimes either misremembering things or, isn't necessarily a lie.
Yeah, but I think.
Like if I were to say,
But if he
have you
said he
ever-
lost communication in 2008, and it comes out that he was hanging out with Trump in 2016, I think that's a pretty big
But
lie.
if somebody said like, have you ever hung out with somebody by the name of Quincy Smith?
And you don't remember them, I
Yeah,
get where
like,
you're
is
going.
that, look, again, I don't know how to parse all of that stuff. It's not really a focus of my attention, but it does occur to me that if somebody could approach me and like interrogate me and be like, do you ever recall meeting, somebody by the name of Jackson McDougal? And I'd be like, no. Well, hold on. Here's a photo of you with Jackson McDougal 20 years ago at some frat party. And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I guess
I get that. I get that.
I don't know.
As someone
I
as someone who's very forgetful,
No idea.
obviously.
I don't know about
I think it's a pretty big lie to cover up several years of relationship, pretend you're never on the plane. I think,
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
then trying to, all of the rest of it, all directions point to
Yeah, I mean,
that he's covering up.
there is that
Several
video.
people on his staff were found
Okay.
to be in the Epstein files too.
I don't know. There is that. I guess anyways, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll move it on to a different
Well, look,
topic.
I'm just
You-
sick of this narrative that lefties have that Donald Trump is a PDF and he's protecting PDFs, and they never have any fucking evidence. They can never point to anything. And the best that they can come up with is Andrew must be protecting PDFs because he says there's no evidence DGT ever did anything with children, and there's not.
If
And
there
here's
was
the thing,
no
to the chat,
evidence,
to
then
the
why didn't
chat.
he just release the files?
You can't unilaterally do it.
It just, the
And
law
by the
says
way,
you have to redact the names.
Here's the other thing. Let's say that he's hiding them for some reason we don't know. Let's just say that he is, right?
Yeah.
The absence of evidence is not evidence for you that Trump ever did anything with anybody. And I'm tired of the libtards doing everything they can do to pretend like they didn't have fucking presidents before who had access to these same files, refused to release
They're
them.
involved in it
Suddenly,
too.
oh yeah, sure. Mhm.
That's what the deep state is.
Yeah, so here's the thing that's going on, right? You don't have any evidence that Trump was part of any pedophilic ring. You don't have any evidence that Trump's a
He hung out
PDF.
with
You don't have
pedos.
nothing,
Pedos.
and you're not even familiar with the files.
Yes,
There
I
are-
am. I've
No, you're not.
literally stayed up to date with all the information just
But
because
you
I
don't know any of
remember-
it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, whatever you say. The
What are
thing
you
is,
talking about?
Let me let this chat come through.
Letomio donated $200 to prove I'm not stupid and show Andrew my support. Love you, man. You are the closest to Charlie to me.
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you, listener.
Now, for the whatever audience, so that we're clear on my position here, I would love if all the files came out unredacted. I think that would be great. Okay, but here's the thing. In the interim time, you're not going to come to me with zero fucking evidence and say that the president's PDF, because the left has been running this gambit for the last year straight with no proof, and that is an op, and it's a disinformation campaign. And so when I put these people to the question, the reason that I do it as aggressively as I do is to prove they have nothing from which to base this on? Zero. It's all just, well, we don't have evidence, so therefore it's true. And it's fucking crazy. Just
No,
like
there's
that.
how many women have come forward, and how many creepy statements has he made? He admitted to barging.
Tell me this, the woman who came forward who you think is the most credible, please.
I think because of the massive amounts of people that have came forward, there needs to be further investigation. And
Celebrities have
plus
women who
him,
accuse
all
this
of the
all
lies,
time.
plus of the people who are pedos that he's hung out with, several of them which have been found to be in the Epstein files. I think if you
Which
hang
ones?
out with pedos,
Well, which ones are the pedos he's hanging out with?
there's no direct evidence because we don't.
Then why do you keep saying he's hanging out with pedos?
Because he's hanging out with all the people listed in the files. He's trying to keep more evidence of what actually happened away from the public. He's lied about his relationship with Trump after he was already convicted.
So let me make sure I got this right.
He said he cut off off
Yeah.
Epstein for being creepy.
Wait, is saying
but then
creepy
there's
things-
proof that he was still like
So let me just make
chilling
sure.
with Trump in
Can I-
2000. I mean, with Epstein in
Can I just make
2016.
sure I got this right? Trump's a PDF. You have no evidence that he's a PDF. Trump hangs out with PDFs. You can't name a
He's
single. Hang
covering
on. You can't
up.
stop. You can't name a single PDF he's hanging out with. Your evidence that he's hanging out with PDFs is that you don't have any evidence that he's hanging out with PDFs. And your evidence that he is a PDF is that you don't have any evidence he's a PDF. Brilliant leftist.
Dude, I'm
Brilliant.
so fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm the one
I
who's so fucking
follow
dumb.
circumstantial evidence can get you convicted of murder.
That does, yeah, they can.
Listen,
That's true.
grape is like pretty much the only exception to where like the laws are different, where you can't have someone say this is the person who did it to me.
So believe all women?
Don't believe all women. I think
So believe women based on evidence?
yeah.
Okay, then give me your most compelling piece of evidence from one of these women.
There's of what Trump. Most of them said that he didn't do anything with them. What I'm mostly saying is that we need. I said it, most likely he's a pedo protector, but if he didn't have anything to hide, then. And all of these 26 women are
No,
false.
but you
And
refer to him as a predator criminal.
I think it's predatory to speak about dating.
I think it's predatory to call the president PDF with zero evidence, but.
It's predatory to say I'm going to be dating you in 10 years to a 10-year-old. I think it's predatory to go into locker rooms where teenagers are changing.
Show me
How
the
is that not
locker rooms where there
predatory?
was teenagers he walked into that were changing.
He admitted to it.
Can you tell me can you tell me
It
a
was
single
at-
locker
it was
room he
at
walked
his-
into where teenagers were changing?
Yeah, it was his.
The Trump campaign does deny it, by the way. They denied the allegations.
He literally said it.
He said something on Howard Stern
About the
but
Miss USA pageants.
Yeah. and
He wasn't saying
admitted
anything
to
about
it.
teenagers.
it was,
There are
it was-
teenagers, and it's
contestants.
without consent.
But it was contestants who alleged that Trump entered changing rooms while they were undressed.
No.
But Trump's
He
campaign
said it.
denied the allegations.
But he said it on Howard Stern
fine.
before
He
AI
said it.
existed.
Yeah, let's just grant
Is that not
it.
predatory?
Let me just grant it. Let's just grant that Trump used to like to peep at women at the beauty pageants and watch them change. Okay.
And then add all
What's
of the
the
women.
most credible woman
The girl
who
that
has accused him of SA?
the girl that won civically about SA in court.
Who?
I don't remember her name.
You know?
The girl that got finger banged.
Oh, you
and-
the one who named her cat Vagina and is a lunatic?
Well, the courts who
Whose name, of course, you don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
Dude, I don't remember stuff that way. What I do remember is the details of what she alleges happened and who she told people about.
Move it on.
Who she,
There was not a single piece of evidence.
the court,
That was a Mickey Mouse ass trial.
our peers followed
They
the
were-
evidence and voted in her favor.
No. First of all, they didn't find him guilty of a single crime. What happened?
Liable is different than guilty.
It was a process thing in civil
process.
liability,
It's
which is
called
easy to
liability.
prove. And by the way, she had all sorts of coaching. She's a lunatic. She said that rape was sexy.
No, she didn't say
Yes,
rape.
she did.
See, you're taking her words and mixing it. She said men think that way. If you watch the full interview, she
I
does. She
watched the
doesn't.
interview,
She said that it's sexualized
and she's
it's a
crazy. That woman is
society.
crazy as shit. And
Well, the
no.
courts disagree.
And even
so.
then, right? What is the most, that had nothing to do with the Epstein files. What is the most compelling evidence that you can cite in the Epstein files that trumps a PDF? What?
I said, most likely, that I said predator, I never said PDF,
You did. You said it I'm leaning towards he is.
due to the circumstances of the way he speaks about minor women, the way he barged in on teenagers, all of the women who've come forward, and then the fact that he's lying about what's in the Epstein files, telling his base. I don't want you to follow me if
So your most compelling piece of evidence, you don't have any evidence. Okay.
No, literally, there's proof in the files that he kept communicating with Epstein and hung out with him in 2016 that he lied.
Who says you gotta pay more for a great shave? Barbasol Shaving Cream has been trusted for over 100 years to deliver a high-quality shave at an incredible value. Barbasol's thick and rich instant lather.
8 women is predatory. I never said he rapes little kids. I never said that. He's at least covering up for
Are we
them.
moving on?
Yeah, we
to,
can move on to the
Can
next
I have you
thing.
tilt your mic down and straighten it for me? Tilt it down. There you go. Okay. Here, you
It's
said
just like talking point, just lefty talking point
Yours
after
is just
lefty
talking point too.
You write, you wrote here, there's a great awakening happen. Everyone is done with culture wars and bullying each other. We are going to come together to fight the corruption. Bullying is out. Identity politics is out. Blaming each other for our government's corruption is out. And soon, if you, me, Brian, don't change your angle, you'll be out too. Hope you have some savings, LOL. So that was just you hoping that I, come into financial ruin.
I don't hope that happens.
You said hope you have some savings to indicate
I hope
that.
you do have savings.
I guess because
These are unrelated.
the dating.
Yeah, just did a restock. Good shit.
Engaging in culture wars, accepted they were wrong, and now we're at the top. But you had a chance to talk about real issues and stop the bullshit.
That's why I was
Now-
mad. You
hold
left
on.
me on red.
And now you're destined to be a has-been, LOL. Destined to be a has-been, okay?
Well, eventually, when
I mean, who are you? A never has been? A nobody?
no,
I don't know.
my point of all of that is we can all agree that we've all been propagandaed, and podcasts fell for that propaganda on both sides, and you contributed to what's happening now, and so many other people did, and like the majority, I watch a shit ton of right wing, majority of them
450.
agree that they were wrong, and
About what?
About trying to elect Trump?
Yeah. That sucks. I feel that.
of the people that
Also, it's a bit of a post.
No, I think
all
that-
these new
I
revelations.
think that the people who keep fighting for Trump, even though there's 1,000 things, like everything he campaigned on for the most part, other than the border, like he's
I think
basically
he should go
flip-flopped
harder on
on.
immigration, to be honest. I
No.
think he's not doing enough on immigration.
I think for the amount of money that we're paying for extra money for ICE, he should be pulling higher numbers considering
Yeah, it'd be
the.
nice to deport more people.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to pay all this extra money because the other
Yeah, because
administrations,
they weren't doing anything.
they deported way more.
Because they had an open border and more came in.
Well, you think, but somehow there's wait. So where are all of these people that came in if they can't find them?
They're
But
stopping.
all of the other
First of
administrations
all, they're being
found them.
stopped at the border, and the second is
That's great.
there's way less border crossings because Trump will collect their ass and deport them.
Yes, I give him credit. That's great. But
Sorry, I gotta move it on.
What?
Hey, it is what it is for the sake of time. You also said, congrats, you're now in my top 5 douchebag YouTubers. You listed it. Andrew Tate, Ben Shapiro, Andrew Wilson, me, and Brian Atlas. And then Nick Fuentes, and then you said, congrats, you're more douchey than Nick Fuentes.
I said that because at least Nick keeps it real. My issue is
You call him a douchebag, and now he keeps it real.
He keeps it real, but
Well, he may have issues. My
for
issue was
60
at the
years.
time is I felt like
That's a lot of
you,
lines.
okay, good.
my option,
That's what's up. Shout out to the OGs.
like you had all these talking points
didn't
for
have that.
MAGA, and when I mean, to get him
Damn.
Trump elected and all this stuff, but there's certain people.
I've smoked since I was like 16. So it's been like I don't know, I guess it's been like I don't know. I'm bad at math right now. 2.
Was that Trump propaganda?
No. Let me continue what I was saying. Is that there's certain people.
Don't worry, just
Dude,
focus.
I'm trying to, but every time I'm
Okay,
trying
Miss
to get to a
Yawn.
point.
Miss Yawn, every time Andrew's
freaking
cooking,
tired.
you just yawn. Okay, go ahead, continue.
I'm not trying
And
to.
you look there, you're looking.
Dude, like this
No,
is my brain. I'm not trying.
It's okay, go ahead. Well, good.
Every time I'm trying to say something, you're interrupting me back. I've been trying to be better about not interrupting, but every time I'm about to freaking say something, you have to say more shit until I forget what the fuck I'm saying.
I'll move on.
No, see exactly.
You lost your train of thought. It happens to the best of us.
Dude, but
lost-
you want me to answer. You haven't even got me to let me
Oh, you're
answer
just
what I was
prattling.
saying.
It's prattle.
No, you haven't even let me answer.
I'd let you answer.
No,
I'll let
I
you
never
answer.
even got to my full
You
point
answer.
before
Oh
you
my God,
keep
she's a
interrupting me.
sparking.
Okay, well, just for the sake of time,
Trying to
I'm
explain
about the Nick Fuentes thing, blah blah blah.
because
Trump
Nick
and-
First of all, Nick Fuentes
Well,
literally.
we're not talking about Nick at this moment.
It's because what I was trying to get at is I wanted to talk about real things and have real people on the podcast. And every time I brought up James Tallarico, you shot it down. And
I didn't shut it
and
down.
then
I just had no idea
after
who
the
that
Trump and after Trump became president, I don't see anything talking about what actually is happening in the administration that could be bad for Trump. And you helped him get elected. The majority of everyone else who helped him get elected are now.
I have a dating podcast. I did an election night stream with Andrew, and look, I lean conservative, but my dating podcast is not. I don't know how. Okay.
Well,
I mean, I'm
my
just
issue is that, when I see people, let's say him.
Do you think Kamala would have been better than Trump?
I think it would have.
What were our choices?
Both shit. I think that Kamala would have been like another Biden. Too many people would have came
Should've
in,
been worse.
but
It would have been fucking terrible.
yeah, I
And
don't.
also, I've seen a lot of
I don't
free
know,
speech
man.
has opened up quite a bit since.
What about TikTok and what about the FCC and TikTok is now censoring Epstein,
We're all over
Trump, the
place. I'll
border.
move it on.
No, don't say I'm all over the place when I'm bringing up a valid point about censorship.
Yeah, I got bored of that scene. I don't like being around the crazy people that much. Been trying to just figure out different things to do. I don't know. But I do want to start going outside more because I've been cooped up for the winter. It's just been cold as hell out. Not that cold, but I'm kind of a hibernator.
Well, I know the changes.
Aligned with Trump and the recently changes.
There's still more leftists on there.
They're censoring the leftists.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Few others
Lady,
for
I go on TikTok and deal with more left.
Yeah. I saw last time I watched Tommy, he had gotten jumped by some people this one day, and I haven't really kept up with him since then, but I know he was at the City Hall, and City Hall's been going crazy with wild, crazy people. No better place than home. Yeah, I just like staying at home a lot. But I do like getting out sometimes and seeing the city, and I need to do that more often because I've been losing subscribers. They're kind of bored of my at-home content. So I need to get out more, I guess.
It's not for
That
talk
wasn't,
shows.
wasn't that a
There's an
policy?
exception.
Wasn't that a
It
policy?
changed, but the policy hasn't changed back. You can't make threats and tell people they can't have them on if
Yeah,
you haven't changed the policy.
Wasn't that Stephen Colbert said that?
It's crazy, man. I don't even know if those people got charged for jumping Tommy. It's like, that's another reason why I don't want to go out. You know, it's just fucking, the police are with the, you know, the police don't solve crimes around here. So you can just get jumped by a bunch of retards and shit like that and get away with it.
They're the ones who
I'm
push
just
for all
saying
that
that
shit.
there's, and then him calling his administration saying there's a difference between hate speech
Yeah.
and speech, and saying that they're going after.
But I don't really want subscribers just for like you know, because then people like they like to like typecast me or whatever, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, he's the guy who's always at the ICE facility or whatever. So I don't know, I've just been trying to think of different stuff to do for YouTube. But I do like just like live streaming like outside. I need to do that more often. Just show people the city and stuff like that. Cool stuff.
Like that criticism. I had it myself, right?
Yeah.
I'm not blind. But the thing is, it's like, I'm still not going to let you call a guy a fucking PDF because that's
I didn't
bullshit.
call
Hang
him a
on.
PDF. I called him
Or
a predator.
protecting a PDF. Or,
I said predator. Did I not?
And I'm not going to allow you to besmirch him on great policies like what's going on with ICE based on the fact that people got killed who were going out of their way to agitate
Is it
them.
a great policy for spending extra money to deport less people? And then killing
Spending,
people?
did you say spending less
spending,
money?
Sorry, spending more money to deport less people. Is
Well,
that a good
no, we're
policy?
spending more money for border security.
What about now ICE?
Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Can you fact check that?
Yeah, you can fact check it.
It's okay.
You can look it up.
Go ahead. But yes, the truth of the matter is that the amount of border crossings have gone way down.
I grant that. That's great.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, with everything else that's going on, everyone else seemed to deport more people without
Yeah, and
violence
the left is
happening.
doing everything they can, tie every case up they can in court. They do everything
Yeah,
that they
other
can, so the government
administrations
has
also-
to spend all this money in court fighting with the lefties.
Well, that's due process, dude.
It's not due process, it's obstruction. It's literally obstructionist leftist policy. They
I
can't
just
give
think-
a shit
Process
about Biden.
that.
ICE is
Now
like
they
going
care.
to court,
They'll
we're supposed to be
process
going to
that.
courthouses and arresting people during the court hearings.
Good.
While they're doing the right thing by going about the right way.
That's not the right way.
Following the law.
No, the right way would not be coming here in the first place. That would be the right way.
The
Not your
wrong
kid.
way would not be showing.
First of all, these fucking people show up, they apply for an amnesty when they know they don't qualify for it. They take advantage of the catch and release. They take advantage of everything they can possibly take advantage of.
You would do the same. Doesn't make.
Whether I
You
would
do
or not,
the same.
I also assume that the country that I was trying to get into would do the same as my country is and throw my ass out.
Yeah, that's what they would get to, but we have due process and taking them out
Illegal
Taking-
immigrants have due process.
in
Yes.
certain ways while they're in court.
Yeah, definitely just try to stay neutral. That keeps me a little safer. So yeah.
American way, and
That's
they're,
not the
they're
right
arresting
thing.
them.
That's not the right thing. The right thing is not to come here illegally and then retroactively apply to stay. That's not the right thing. That's the wrong thing. So, I don't know, just like, oh, we're
I don't know. It's hard to stay neutral.
They're doing the wrong thing by going ahead.
why
with
even
courts.
have a border? Should we just open the border?
No.
Well, why not? Because everyone would want to come. And you just said like
I
that,
said
you
I
would want
want
to come.
strong border security.
But why?
Because if there's too many people, then yeah, we're obviously fucked.
So grab them and throw their asses back in their country?
Yeah, but due
Great.
process. What the
They're
fuck?
using the problem is that you can obstruct to the point of absurdity using paper warfare, using left-wing NGOs, which they do, in order to perform paper warfare to stop even the most hardened criminals from getting deported.
Well, I mean, I think that's an issue with the system itself. Not, you know,
Yeah,
that,
it's
that needs to be
it's
changed.
left-wing terrorists like Antifa.
Oh my God.
You can roll your eyes, but they're terrorists, allocated as terrorists. They have been declared terrorists because that's exactly what they are.
Everyone who says they don't like fascism is a terrorist or what?
That's not what Antifa is. Antifa utilizes the
And that's what they're out there to do. They're just out there to like provoke people and shit into fights, and then they hide their faces if they want to attack you. I don't know.
the idea of unorganization, why they
Pretty corrupt city right now.
are secretly organizing. They use signal apps, they use all sorts of different things. We've watched these protests live on my channel many times. You can literally watch them as they coordinate. You can watch as people come over and give interviews, and most of them aren't even from the state. They're from 3 neighboring states over. They're there whipping mobs up in front of federal buildings to obstruct ICE from doing its job for no reason.
Well,
Although just Trump's a
But at the end of the day, I would have to join law enforcement if I really wanted to do anything about it. Otherwise, I would just be some kind of a vigilante, and no one likes vigilantes these days, I guess.
verify it right now. You can read the chats for yourself.
I'm not saying that people.
What if I showed up there just like dressed like Batman in a full suit of Batman armor and just started taking out some fucking violent agitators?
People on signal chats opposing immigration enforcement.
No, I mean in different situations, like there's probably left-wing people that tried to rile up the Jan Sixers and stuff. I think it goes both ways. But to
That would
label
just still be one way.
to label anyone who's like, I just want to know how many of these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people protesting are domestic terrorists, because like there's like shadow dockets and stuff that
Usually the ones who stay up after the protest is done and start setting shit on fire, burning cop cars, setting up
they don't
dumpsters,
burn
fighting
cop
with
cars.
police.
They burn to what's the
Bullshit. In
They-
California, in Los Angeles, they were dropping rocks on cop cars. They did set
Yeah,
them on
that's fucked
fire.
up.
They were setting fire to local shops. We watched it all live.
Wait, in California?
Wait, were
Yeah.
the BLM riots peaceful?
No,
No. She grants that, I guess.
no. What was I saying? Sierra? Yeah,
Um,
I lose my
You're
thought.
moving things on a little bit. You said that to me. I guess me and Andrew. You're a cancer on society, but can't look in the mirror. You're way worse than OnlyFans. LOL.
Yeah.
How am I worse than OnlyFans?
Because.
And why am I cancer on society?
Well, I don't think. I was really mad. I thought I already explained myself several times, and I thought you didn't want to have real discussions, and you had no accountability to the Trump thing. So I think it's a cancer on society is dividing left and right and women versus men. Instead of coming up with solutions to problems, you play the blame game. Based off of, and then you don't show a broad picture of what's happening. Like, I think it would be great to have dudes in the same age bracket come on the show.
Just go start a show.
Yeah, I might do that. And yeah, I just think it's not just you, it's the whole propaganda of the internet thing. And at that point in time, I thought you were kind of not picking and choosing people who wouldn't have, education or anything to be a good opponent.
You DM to whatever Instagram we let you on, basically. I mean, if you can make it to Santa Barbara, you want to be on the show, we pretty much let you on. And then
Yeah, I think that anything.
Sounds like a badass. That's my kind of guy right there.
Left versus right and women versus men are doing harm to society.
Well, really quick on that note, so I think this all would be, I think we can just blame feminism entirely. As far
They
as
went
this-
too far.
well, I think there's a reactionary component where you basically had feminists on the offensive. You had feminists who were belligerent. You had feminists who were the aggressors with their narratives, with their attacks on men, with their attacks on all kinds of systems, their attacks on the family. You know, even you might say, well, that's what was it, stage 3? What are the different?
The third
Third wave, the
wave.
waves, yeah. No, feminism from its inception was anti-family. You can go back into the 1800s, early 1900s, and find anti-natalist, anti-family perspectives in feminist dogma.
I kind of disagree with like that on the first wave.
Right, but so feminism has always been antagonistic towards men, and so if you start poking at somebody, they're going to poke back. They're going to
Pendulum, I get it.
examine.
One extreme causes one extreme.
Well, yeah, but so this idea that the blame would be on me, if somebody's attacking me, I'm going to attack back. And so I didn't, I guess I just don't understand this criticism of people who have like a sort of reactionary response to feminism when feminism is extremely belligerent. It has it holds all the cards, it holds all the power. If you go to a university, and you would agree, universities, their systems, they have their institutions, massive power, they have massive billion-dollar, perhaps in total trillion-dollar endowments at all these institutions, massive influence. There's not manosphere classes being taught, there's not red pill classes being taught, there's not men's rights advocacy being taught in universities. It's all feminism. It's all women's studies, gender studies, feminist studies classes. My
I
message.
mean, most people don't even
my-
take those classes.
How would it matter?
And they're,
Every
it's not like
single-
it's
Well,
mandatory.
It extends beyond
Nice.
is the administration steeped in feminist ideology, corporations, the media.
Yeah, feminism kind of fucked up a lot of things, it seems like.
Interesting to me that you point to me in my podcast and perhaps a few other podcasters who have anti-feminist viewpoints,
How's it going?
and you
How
want
the-
to say that it's literally David and Goliath. My message is I'm David. Feminism is the Goliath that I'm going up against. I don't have influence, I don't have power, but these feminists, they hold all the cards, they hold everything.
I get where you're coming from, but one extreme causes a different extreme. Feminists went too far, and then
Anti-feminism is not extremism, it's counter-extremism. Well, hold on, let me
well,
phrase that better. It's counter to extremism.
well, I'd say, I mean, the first waves
Yeah.
of feminism.
Of-
Well, even that,
Blah,
that
blah,
back
blah,
then
blah,
too.
blah. Well, I mean, so back in my, like from my research, like in the 50s, there was more drug use. 30 to 50% of men were were committing adultery. It was more common.
50% of men were
It said
in
33 to 50%
True.
of men
in the
were cheating.
1950s.
Yeah, and then women was I think like 20%.
Right.
The numbers have gone way more down. Like,
I don't know where. Okay.
why are you laughing? And then,
And kill those spiders.
dude, everything's fake.
Here, I'll tell you what. Take a second,
Okay.
pull those numbers up, and tell me where they're sourced. I know you don't know. That's why I'm asking you to do it.
I think feminism is a cancer on society, and I'm the antidote.
Well, yeah,
And Andrew's the antidote.
I think the middle ground is probably the antidote. Like, hey, you went too far. Let's not try to take away your right to vote or anything. Let's all chill out here.
I mean, even foundational feminist authors are like insanely misandrist. They're anti-male. They're
Yeah, that's not cool.
anti-family. No, but it's not just like if the core people of that movement are. You can pull up quotes. Actually, Jake Rattlesnake released this really interesting video recently where he's like pulled these quotes from all the like Sally Miller Gerhardt, all these like foundational feminists. And if you take a feminist class, you're gonna hear from them, you're gonna read their books, you're gonna read their literature.
All from occult feminism, by the way.
They are They're anti-male, they're man-haters, they're misandrist, and this is like
That's
core
fucked up.
to feminism.
I mean, yeah, I don't call myself a feminist. Like I said when I came on the show before, I was fighting against everyone speaking to each other that way. I think their extreme caused this extreme, and all I'm saying is nobody should be extreme, basically. That isn't going to solve anything. We should find some sort of solutions, like telling people it's not right to hate men, telling people it's not right to hate women.
Well,
Like,
but the difference between me and a feminist is they would justify their contempt or hatred for men. I don't even categorize myself as a misogynist. I think
don't
women
think
are
you
great.
are. I don't think
think
you
women
are.
are great, but you'll find a lot of feminists, they love to justify their contempt and hatred for men. And that's the difference.
that's gross.
I can do male advocacy without tearing down.
Sounds like a good relationship. That's what's up.
Doing female or women's advocacy without trying to tear down men, and that's the difference.
I think where it kind of blurs the lines for me is because there's like no dumb young men giving their viewpoints too. So not only does it frame just the left as dumbasses, but it also women.
Wait, hold on. You've had the entire media apparatus for the past 30, 40 years. If you look at sitcoms, you look at the media, you look at commercials, they paint men as these sort of oafs. The father figures, this sort of Homer Simpson. You look at Friends, you look at sitcoms. You don't have really good representations of a more traditional masculinity in mass media. You look at Homer, they're just oafs. They paint men as oafs. So this idea that, Brian, you're painting women in these ways. By the way, I'm giving women a microphone to open their mouths. I'm not making women look stupid.
I mean,
if women
they
come on the show,
but everyone's a freaking
wait,
idiot.
you're saying the women are stupid? Well,
A lot of them
that's
are,
pretty sexist.
but I think a lot of dudes are equally as stupid. That's my whole point.
I agree
Is
with that.
have some of the dumbasses on too. Like if they're Trump supporters in that same age group, that would be awesome. That'd be so cool.
Just give us
Because you're only,
Why don't you start a show and only invite men on?
I would invite some of
And there's
the
women
girls.
who do that anyways. There's women who do that same thing.
Yeah, I mean y'all do make a lot of good points and things, but I think, I think
Okay.
you should be able to see both sides of the dumbass dudes who are also being idiots.
Yeah, sure.
It's
there's stupid
equal.
men. There's stupid men out there.
It's really an issue with our educational system more than left or right. Like everybody is dumb. Like that's a problem we should solve.
It's a bit vague, but you wrote that Andrew's been talking about all this shit and of course has grotesque views. Y'all only want to debate dumbasses. So what are Andrew's grotesque views? Or did we already get into
I
that?
think we pretty much already did. It's just really the shit he says about periods and.
Who should I debate?
I mean, I know.
James, she wants you to.
Yeah, I know that guy, but who else? Who should I debate?
I know you debate people of all types, but
Should I debate everybody?
hey, maybe do a Charlie Kirk thing, like situation.
Don't I do that? Don't I debate basically all sorts of people from all walks of life at all
Can you
times?
remind me what the question was, because I had a point.
That's my question. My
Well,
question.
I was gonna answer his
You said
question.
that Andrew had grotesque views.
Oh, just like the I've heard him through a lot of his stuff, like really, basically, he doesn't believe in democracy a lot. Talking about
How's that a grotesque view?
talking about how there's a long
Wait, how is
plan.
not believing that democracy is a great system a grotesque view?
We
because
have a constitutional republic.
yeah, it's a constitutional republic. He said it's a horrible idea, and
It was a
using
horrible idea.
Christian nationalism to
Yeah,
take
so
down
no,
the
I don't
democracy.
care about any of that. I just care about one question.
Yeah.
Why is opposing democracy a grotesque idea?
When you're trying to replace it with
That's not my question.
opposing democracy.
So opposing democracy itself is not a grotesque idea?
I don't think that is, but when you're using power to take away people's rights and not let people get married and taking
Are you
dominance.
talking about
And-
gay, you talking about gay marriage?
Yeah, it's okay to be a Christian leader, but
Wouldn't that be coherent for the Christian worldview, though?
what?
That gay people can't, from a Christian
The
worldview.
majority of Christians believe gay marriage should be legal.
That's not true.
I'll look it up.
And then look up what a nominal Christian is too.
I know what a nominal Christian
What
is,
is
but
it?
the majority of people aren't nominal. You mean the people that go to church all the time? So, you own
So if you say the
Christianity.
majority of Christians, you're actually saying that nominal Christians,
Yeah,
the
nominal.
meaning people who don't practice their faith. But the ones who do
Yeah.
practice their faith, what
Jesus never said you have to go to
yeah,
church.
I'm not interested in
Doesn't
what
make
you
you-
think Jesus
It
said.
doesn't make you
I'm
not a
interested in
Christian.
this. What is a nominal Christian?
Someone who has a nomination and goes to church regularly.
No, the opposite.
A nomination?
A nominal Christian.
Oh, someone that doesn't have. Stop, bro.
What? I'm looking,
Yeah, so
Yeah, can
so when you're talking about people who are not nominal Christians, though, what do they say about gay marriage?
Some of them are for, some of them are against.
The overwhelming
The majority of them are against.
against.
But legally,
So
I
the
don't know
people
about
actually
that.
practice their faith from
But if you look-
Christianity.
But if you look at the statistics, 10% of people are a Christian nationalists. Out of the 32% or whatever that are conservatives, it's like 40% of them
Yeah, you
want
know,
to. It's only 40, literally less than half of them
You like
want to.
democracy? Do you like democracy?
In this current state, I think it needs some revision.
But you like it?
Yeah,
How come people weren't allowed to vote on whether or not gays should get married then?
they should be able to.
How come, well, they were in states until the Supreme Court ruled that they
I know
couldn't.
that.
But then how come in all the states,
They should make an amendment
including
about that.
California, they ruled against it?
That was in 2014, and there was and they should revote it.
Yeah, so all the Christian nationalists are saying is the same thing,
Have a
that it
vote.
should be up to the states, not the feds, to make a universal law on marriage, but states, and that the states should be allowed to vote it in or vote it out, because anytime it's left to the states, they say no.
I mean, looking at the statistics, it seems like
Then you should,
if people actually got the chance to vote, then they would.
then what
vote
would your
yes.
opposition to my plan be?
My opposition is like Project 2025.
What does that have to do with what I just said? My idea here is that you bring marriage back to the state, and that people within the state can vote whether or not LGBTQ people can or cannot get married. What would your opposition to that be?
My opposition would be that we should make a constitutional amendment and then do that. Like, yeah, the Supreme Court, if you don't like
A
how.
constitutional amendment to do what?
If you don't like how the Supreme Court ruled, then you have to like amend.
No, you don't
make
need
an
to
amendment
amend
to
it.
that.
That was an interpretation, and they can reinterpret it.
Well, then have them do that.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's what Christian nationalists are proposing.
But you also said that you want the church to decide, be responsible for marriage, and that you don't want.
Yeah, that's a
anyone
really
else
good
to get
idea. It
married.
seems like a terrible idea to have the state responsible for marriage. They haven't done a bang-up job, have they?
I mean, there's issues, but I don't think the church, like, only allowing Christians to get married is the.
No? What
I've
said
heard,
that?
I've heard you in your interviews
If
talking
you-
about it.
If you wanted to go and sign a contract with the state, I don't see why you couldn't do that as a secularist.
You said that the church should, like, it shouldn't be, only the church should be responsible for marriage.
Yes, for
And people
for
can-
Christians, and the state should have no say, yes.
For only Christians.
Yes.
So everyone else can
Yeah,
still
I
do
don't
their
give a
thing.
shit if secularists go and fucking go, oh, we're gonna get married and divorced in 5 years. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
But I thought you said everyone else should
I
get
want
married.
Christian, I don't, if I was a secularist,
You
I
wouldn't
think
allow
conflate-
anyone else to get
I think you
married.
conflate many things. So let's walk the position through. Okay? Andrew's position. Secular marriage is fucking stupid. It's stupid, it's meaningless, it's not foundational. I have no idea why they do it. You would be better off just walking out the street with some random guy and being like, hey, we're married. And he goes, yeah, I agree. That would be just as good. But if you wanted to, if you just demanded that the state come in and intervene in your marriage and have contracts with you, fine. I don't fucking care. What I'm saying is that I think Christians should be able to exempt themselves from state control, and that should be governed by the church.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Duh.
I mean,
It's a
that's
completely
fair.
reason. The problem with you is like you don't even know my position.
No, I do know that position because I've literally
Then
watched
why
all the
did you
interviews.
just straw man it?
I'm not strawmanning it. Like, you literally just said that you don't think anyone other than Christians should have the right to get married. You didn't say it about the state in that interview. No, you did not.
Listen. What I said was that marriage should go back to the church. I don't consider secular marriage valid. I don't even consider it valid.
Well,
Any-
you realize that
any
like
institution that will
80-something% of
marry-
people consider themselves Christian?
Yeah, that's nice. Anybody, from my view, who will marry two men or marry two women or marry three people together, that's not a valid institution from my view anymore.
Well, I mean, that's your view, but
That's right, and I'm going to rule from my view. I'm going to advocate for the rule from my view, not from your. I don't fucking care about your view. Your view is dumb. So I'm not going to advocate that we rule from that
well,
view.
I mean, all I have to say is that your view is highly unpopular, and yeah, none of that basically is
Yeah,
gonna
that's what
happen.
leftists used to say about abortion too. Your view is highly unpopular, but guess what? Times are
It's-
changing.
Well, yeah, times are changing. Trump, yeah, all of your little Trump supporters, the majority of the young people now against that. Project 2025, yes, they're implementing a lot of it, which is all Christian nationalist
Good.
beliefs, but
Good.
when the whole Epstein thing happened, it kind of derailed all of that to a point.
By design,
What, their Project 2025
because
plan?
dumb twats are running around claiming that Trump is part of a pedo ring. Just made up, completely made up by leftists.
Yeah, I never said I said he's a PETA protector. He's
Yeah,
also
whatever
a
reason,
predator.
you just made that up too. You have no
What are you
evidence of that
talking about?
either.
Literally,
I
the
don't even-
majority
look,
of all
we
people
already
in every
eliminated
country, literally,
Mhm.
even on the right, they know that he's covering shit
Oh,
up.
whatever. No,
You're in a small part of the population
I'll tell you what.
that still thinks he
It
didn't
doesn't
have
matter.
anything to do with
I'm going to
covering it
end
up.
up being completely vindicated on it, like I am every other view I have.
I mean, we'll see about
We
that.
should take you seriously because, after all, your views are completely coherent.
Yeah, not being
When
able
you
to communicate.
reference things you don't know anything about.
I do. I don't have a great memory. Doesn't know what I'm talking about. Like, I have dyslexia. I haven't slept, and I've never been in a debate. And then y'all keep
Dyslexia. That's a new
before
one.
I even answer, y'all say something else.
You've been in
and-
multiple